I'm not quite
Hello.
ready. Give me a moment. One moment. Un momento. Happy sound.
Bling bling.
Yeah, harmony.
Bling, 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 boy.
Bling, bling, boy.
Bling, bling, boy.
Did I tell you about that or you saw it on the show? Because when I heard it, I could not stop repeating it. I was like,
Bling, bling, boy.
I was like, bling, bling, boy.
It was so dumb. I'm just glad they didn't make him black. Like, thank goodness. Keep that over there.
Yeah, but there still was the satire.
No, that's the only way it could be that ridiculously corny, like this guy.
But those characters are real. You got those young boys.
Yeah, you got those rich boys that like play out their fantasy of being like some freaking record producer. They got all these goddamn gang members and shit going to their parents' house doing recordings.
Bling Bling Boy is hilarious, yo. That shit is dead ass funny.
Or they become cops.
Bling bling boy. It's the way he says it too. Bling bling boy. My name isn't Roger. It's bling bling boy.
It's mad dumb. Speaking of bling, guys, women like bling. And who do we expect to get it from men? Now, let's start this.
Then they made him look like this.
Oh, well, yeah. I know niggas like that. I know niggas like that. I know niggas like that. I'm not going to call them niggas because they're going to be...
Wiggers.
Yeah, wiggers. Wait, does he have...
That is like some Ali G shit. You know what Ali G is? You got him in America?
Oh, yeah, we did. I started seeing it. I didn't know what I was looking at. First time I seen him, it was a picture of him with Naomi Campbell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was, you know what it was? He started off his career. It's the same guy that does Borat. You know that, right?
Same dude.
That guy, he made his career. Yeah, he made his career making fun of black English black guys.
Yeah.
So like Ali G was like a caricature of like English black guys at the time.
And it made him a lot of money. Blackface
made him a whole lot of money. Yeah. Making them look stupid.
Ali G.
He wasn't even black. But it's like other communities probably perceived him like that. Like he looked Turkish to me. Like,
yeah, like he's a rough one. Look how rough he is.
Yeah, it's not even a race, it's a culture.
Yeah.
The chav culture.
But we're gonna use it for now, make everybody
black chav culture.
Don't expect $1 from me.
Bling bling boy.
Bling bling boy.
I mean, it was funny, bro. Can't look at it like,
yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Funny, bro.
It was stupid.
It was funny. It was funny. It just reminds me of that.
It's like stupid funny.
Bling bling boy. I could not stop. When I heard it, I could not stop saying that because it was just cracking me up. It was cracking me up.
But earlier, guys, speaking of boys, I guess, to men, and women need them. Let's get this one started.
Yeah, no, women definitely need men.
And men need women.
Of course.
We need each other.
That's why the Bible says.
Right, but the thing is that they know that they need us, but some of them think that they only need us for our bodies and for like what we can do for them. They don't know that they need us like spiritually and like our vibration and our advice. They don't even want to take our advice. So.
I can't tell you how many boyfriends I had where they just like they hear and they let it go through, but when it's time to get horny, they're like an unstoppable.
They're down and they're like you're the love of their life. It's like, but when I was trying to give you advice that would prevented you from doing what ended up happening, you don't want to hear me.
It's an act. Don't say I turn on when it's time to turn on, and when it's time to turn off, I turn off. You just believe those 5 seconds, so you're gonna believe it for a minute because you're stupid.
No, I think this it has to do with people understanding their traumas and their dramas and from childhood because the inversion starts from young. You get what I'm saying? Just like with ladies, it's an inversion. Half of us was molested, half of us beaten. You get what I'm saying?
Or saw some shit they shouldn't have seen.
Correct. So what I'm saying, not to make an excuse, because I don't believe in excuses.
No one has an excuse for perpetuating that.
Yeah, not an excuse, but a reason. Everything in life has a reason. And I think people who are not realized, who has an imbalanced feminine inside of them, is what's causing this. And then women who have an imbalanced masculine inside is what's causing the problem. Because if you're imbalanced female inside is a whore, then you're going to be a man who sleeps with everything. And then if you're imbalanced masculine, it's a whore inside, then you're going to sleep with every male, or you're going to constantly replay these timelines. So you have to go within and do this inner child work, integrate the inner child work, and then integrate your shadow. And then the next step is quantumly purging out all of those bad things in a deep, profound way, going inside of the temple or Christ or kingdom of God, which is inside. This is internal work, not external.
Yeah.
When you're aware of that, or at least be aware of your pathologies, because there's subliminal pathologies, and then we have subconscious pathologies, shit that we do subconsciously, and then things that we do consciously, and then things that we do super consciously, which is like a 3-pronged seal, if you will. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's absolutely right.
I feel like it's hard to face some facts about yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to go round and round and round and round and round until you actually can face that it's you and it's not some other element that's causing it. So
because people this is what people do. They say they're looking for love. This is the wrong action to do, because love is sourced from within you. If you do not love yourself, you're not going to have love. Because watch this. If, like, for instance, like I've been with my lady for like 6 years, bro. We've been through ups and downs. I've been with her for 6 years, bro. This is the 6th year. Ups and downs, many different trials, many different everything. Right? So it's like this, right? Like how I seen it, and growing. When you with somebody that long, you really know them. You feel me, inside and out. So what I realized is you gotta like heal your own pathologies, and you gotta be aware of this. And that's not always easy. And then a lot of the time we like to think we're something that we're not. We put on faces in front of people. But when nobody's around, that's the truest. Like when you find yourself in a room and nobody's around, that's really who you are. And you gotta be okay with that's who you are. But a lot of people think that's uncomfortable. So they try to do what? They try to use any external thing to ignore who they really are, because they don't like who they really are. They don't like what that real person is. So they always got to hang out with people, talk all day, play music, do drugs, and all of this stuff, because they don't want to deal with who they really are. Because when they look at who they really are, it's ugly and they don't like it. So, but you got to come.
I don't think it's always ugly. Sometimes it's kind of uncomfortable. Like,
but that's what the ugliness I mean. Not like, because people see ugly as unappealing. So it's the unappealing side of us, because I'm attractive, I'm sexy, I'm beautiful, I'm all of this, right? But what happens when I'm internally knowing that that's not the case internally? Like outwardly, I'm looking banging, my hair's nice, my skin's nice, all that. White teeth, like, you got some white teeth, I ain't no front. You guys should be your teeth came shit. But like my son shit is white. But that's my point. Like people look externally. One thing I learned is not external, because the prettiest people be the most shittiest people. Literally, like they could be mad pretty with your eyes and shit. You be like, oh, shorty is bad, but she got the most problems. She's the biggest headache because she's wild insecure. Or he's mad pretty, he's mad attractive, but the nigga is mad insecure or abusive or slapping up women and shit. You know what I'm saying? When they get mad, people only look external. But we got to get past the external and start really looking internally, because let's not bullshit, right? The first things we see in people is their external. You can't see their internal, because you just seeing what you see with your eyes. You just like, yo, this person is beautiful, so I want that. But then when you get with the person, you realize how shitty they are, and then you don't want to leave, because you attracted to the image. You attracted to the dream and the illusion. So you like, damn, this person's mad pretty. I don't think I can never get anybody else pretty.
I really don't think, do women operate like that? Like stay with someone because they're hot only?
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah,
person to person.
Because remember, think about it. If a dude, watch this, a lot of the times when women move on, it's because either the man don't got no edge, he don't got no money, or it's nothing about him. But if you got edge, which is the, you know what I'm saying? Not smack me up, punch me up, but you got an edge to you. You got that. That's why women be like, I'm attracted.
You got some sort of like intrigue about you. Or something.
You feel me? Something mysterious, something intriguing, something exciting, something that excites me. Because women are more so like not visual. Women are not
psychological.
Visual. It's more psychological. You like, for instance, if I tell a woman a story, right? She's 9 times out of 10 gonna get aroused from the story because the story sounds good. What's gonna lead to that? But the look, she not like. For instance, when men send women dick pics, women don't get like turned on. They think that shit's repulsive. But if a woman send a guy titty pics, we like, oh shit, I'm ready to bang. Because
no, but listen, you're not talking. Listen. You're not actually even comparing apples to apples. If random women sent their friggin' outer labia to you, that shit would not always be attractive. That shit would be disgusting sometimes because some people have unconventional looking stuff or they're not keeping it how you would prefer or whatever the case is. Sometimes it would not be attractive. But if men basically sent their abs to women, don't you think they would get a better response just like you would get a good response from tits?
I think all women will get a response from a man because a lot of the times we would really, I'm gonna be honest, we would hit anything, even if it don't look attractive. Because again, we are visual. We're not. What is attractive? All you really have to do is have a decent enough face, a pussy, and boobs, and be Gucci.
Yeah, you can stick about
it. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest because
No, I understand. I'm just saying. I'm saying actual genitalia. Like you would see all of these different types of genitalia. You would look at all of them and be attracted to all of those things.
Oh, as a dude, yeah. Because how we thinking is. It's at the end of the day. I mean, if it's banged up, then probably no. But 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be banged up.
Okay, so it would just be a different variety, different.
I mean, if you showing me, it's over. But this is just what the truth is. We visual, bro. Why you think, bro? If a woman walk down a block, bro, even if her face hideous, why you think you see niggas violent when they see the ass, bro? Because we visual. Because we thinking about what we about to do with the ass, bro. I'm just keeping it official because I'm like, yo, I'm about to that's how we think. That's how we think it. But women like to hear a story more. Like, yeah, I think you're so sexy. I'm gonna lay you on the bed. I'm gonna serenade you. Not all women, but a lot of women. Not all women, but a lot of women hate it because there's a disturbance there. Something happened to cause that disturbance.
That's not necessarily true. It's just about taste, you know.
It's about taste, but naturally though, because again, people are still dealing with their traumas though. So that might not seem as attractive to me because I might have had aversion or something inverse to happen.
Aversion to it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, something that was averse that happened to me, like niggas being aggressive or raping me, different shit that will cause a woman to feel like I don't think that's attractive. But I'm just saying.
No, yeah, I think it's also to do with the deliverer, like the person it's attached to. Like somebody serenading you might be a different situation from another person serenading you. You know.
Right.
You might like it if he had the voice of an angel and that shit just like was hot because he was just really, really skillful. You know what I mean? That could be, even if you don't really like that kind of thing, that shit could be like, okay, I can get with this because this nigga can fucking sing. This nigga can sing, you know?
Yo, I could tell I have the energy before because she's the way she's
it's not. Oh, actually, that's true, but not with singing.
Not with singing, but I mean,
no freestyle. Yeah, I was like, okay.
I mean, because you started that. That's what I'm saying. But a dude, what we got to see is a certain way. It's clip. It's facts. Like, yo, bro. If all you gotta do, you don't even gotta have the most thing in face. You just gotta. It's just the silhouette is over. Especially if it wasn't a long time, it's over. Bro. It's just what the truth is.
That's what I try to explain sometimes, because
no, but that's the thing. Go ahead, son.
When you were female and you explaining to a guy that you understand that they know, you know how they think. It's because some guys will be like, nah, you're prettier than her. I want to do that. It's not about that. If she bent over and
it's about it's just about it being available.
Yeah,
and for them to be able to have access to some
about it the same way
to little treasure trove of punani.
Yeah, because men when they look at it. When they look at a certain way, they're like, I'm going to pound it. I'm going to do this and that. Because important, they say people didn't have to be attractive. People could look any way. You got old people doing it. Hell, they got animals doing it. So it's like, That's what they look at, not all the time when they are thinking of like crazy sick porn shit.
But you see what's so crazy that you can it's like you see how potent the thought of and the idea of sex is to man, right?
Yeah.
It's not as potent to a woman, right? Easily.
Then it don't always feel it don't
right. And then but the words and the vibes and the psychologicals is so potent to a woman, but all of that sometimes can get lost on a man. Or he can resist it much easier, at least at first. But if you get the punani now and you hit that shit right, you good. You got that person. You got the woman. And if you hit his emotions and his thoughts and his feelings right, you got him too. So it's like the same thing. It's the same thing. It's like it's not as potent, but it's still once it's in there, it's in there.
Because it breaks down to a matter thing now too. Because we are matter and energy. So when your brains connect, because through the intimacy, when it's in its right proper thing, not the run of the mill McDonald's intimacy. I mean like the real intimate moment. A lot of people haven't never had that. A lot of people haven't really stripped down without actually penetrating.
Like a surface level understand.
Yeah. Like a lot of people haven't really stripped down. I mean like actually stripped down without penetration. It just was to just hold. Most people wouldn't be down with that. They will immediately get uncomfortable. Because
it depends too. I think it depends on the person because some people are naturally going to be more guarded,
right,
and not want to get that deep. Like I talked to my friend. My friend she does a lot of astrology, and she talks about like the different signs having different propensities for like the levels of things. Like Scorpios are private; they don't want to go deep. They don't really want to. You know what I mean? It's not necessary. It's not. It's not necessary to do so. And there's other sides that have different kind of propensities. So it just depends on the person.
Mm-hmm. And that's I agree. But I think especially for our community. I mean, growing up in our community, there was a lot of inversions, and again, people having these type of like adverse experiences with their sexuality. So a lot of people are not even comfortable. So they don't even know how to own their sexuality.
Yeah.
In a sense where it's not dirty, where it's actually fulfilling. Because we have the ability to have sex for a reason. But we took it from something and made it something that like as if it's
because there's been all these rules associated with it. That's why.
Right.
There's all of these stringent kind of like societal norms.
I agree. And I think when both healed polars meet each other, that's when that connection comes and you're able to be vulnerable like that. Because that could be nerve-wracking for some people. For a person to really like look at them and not have sex with them. I mean, and try to be intimate. Like just
not even just a man. A woman can do that, but for a man to do that, it's difficult for them to actually take it seriously to do that and not feel like a chump.
Right.
Because for some reason they think that's simp behavior.
Because they fall into this toxic.
Yeah, because they're happy to keep jumping into landmines. Like you don't mind if you accidentally get in a landmine as long as there's more than likely gonna be an orgasm attached to it. Like you're still gonna go there.
And it only lasts a few seconds. It's like chasing drugs. It's something in the body that keeps receiving pleasure when you do these certain things that are vices, and they're never fulfilling because they're super temporary. But little by little, I guess.
You know what the thing is that there's healing elements to it. People are trying to heal themselves with that, but the thing is that they're overdoing it. Like any medicine can become a poison if you're overdoing it.
Right, and that's the thing. You're trying to heal yourself from something external. Gotta remember that the internal is where it's because it's always gonna show up, right? Because some people do think, because that's the immediate response, right? When you had a long relationship, because influence stays long even after. interaction, because matter gets exchanged. Because this is just a universal law when we're breaking it down to energy. Because a lot of people just see just the physical body and forget that we have a brain, and a lot of things are happening on an electromagnetic way.
Not even that. If you're talking about electromagnetics, the whole entire body operates as a brain in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like even between the organs are like freaking nodes for all of the activity that's happening, organized activity. And then the whole body has this whole circuit going on, you know what I mean? Electromagnetic circuit. So your whole body is like a whole battery in itself. And then you got all these tiny little cells, every single cell's operating in a certain kind of circuit too.
So that's why your brain really holds most of your trauma. Like when people are speaking about trauma, it's mostly a lot of the times your body.
Yeah, but what about your gut? Your gut is even more potent. Your heart is a brain. They're all brains. Oh. They're holding all the trauma in all different parts of your body. And that's why people manifest all these illnesses. And it's like the crime is that they never tell these people, or they tell them as if it's some sort of woo-woo pseudoscience, as if it's not the science.
Right. Because that's really what it is. Like we have different brains, even our skin. I mean, just everything on our body.
It's a computer. It's a computational device. That's what I realized about the eyes. The eyes is a measuring device. All it is basically shooting out particles and receiving them and seeing the distance that it takes.
They're crystals, both of them.
It's basically measuring the distance it takes to bounce back and come back, and then the distance between two different objects, so you estimate it in your brain. We're not actually even seeing anything. We're just like making estimates. So when your vision is blurry, it's because something needs calibrating. Like when the screen on your computer is like a little bit like off, it'd be because certain things need to be calibrated in your brain.
What picks up, and that's crazy because that's really true. We really don't go beyond, like we just looking outside, forgetting that everything's happening inward.
Yeah, but we have an eye in the inside too.
Right, exactly.
We don't have to worry about that. We got eyes on the inside. We got eyes on the outside. Well, we got an eye. I don't know if we have multiple eyes. I know we definitely have the pituitary gland, which has the receptors and everything to see what's going on within. That's what dreams are. It gives you a visual of everything that's going on within. So you're seeing like different imagery based on what's going on your inner universe.
That's true.
And you really there.
It's interpreting whatever it's receiving. So if it's emotions from the guts, or status, like life status from the heart, or whatever.
That's why our brains are literally receivers. And if you do it correctly, and you let enough information that's coming from the right place, you will have such a blessed life. Because we really be forgetting, like, we really are in control, literally. Like, to a degree, but still, literally, we have a certain amount of control over, like, a lot of things.
Yeah, we have all the control. That's the part, is that we're all co-creating, but we're all individually creating. Like everything else, when you close your eyes, you with everybody that's there. Every only person that's there is you. Like nobody else is here.
That's true.
Nobody else is here. And then in Cleo's head, nobody else is here but Cleo. And in my head, nobody else is there but me. But we're all here we're all here once we open our eyes, and we're actually co-creating now. My map is overlaying yours, and yours is overlaying mine, and yours is overlaying your husband's, it's just like creating this world.
What's going on? And that's scary for people because the illusion breaks. Because you really start to realize what you really are. Like, because like right now, even speaking right now, these conversations are scary to some because, again, you start realizing who you are. The illusion.
You start realizing your responsibility and your say so. Like some people would prefer to feel like they don't have any say so they can kind of rationalize why certain things occurred. Like they could just say, oh, the universe did it, or God did it, or you know what I mean, and not have to acknowledge that there's certain contracts they may have agreed to, in transit or pre-transit into this life, or you know what I mean, they may have decided to calibrate things a certain type of way so they can get a certain type of result or get certain points or however this fucking shit works. Like,
that's interesting.
Like you might have decided to have certain circumstances, be born in a fucking crack house, so you could have that story to tell. Like, wow, like you was picking through and say, hey, what could be my origin story here?
I was born in a crack house. Congratulations.
What would be fire?
I mean, it's true though.
Or I was born in a mansion. People pick that, but you know what I mean. It's like what I was saying, because I had dreams about this. If you could pick and you were like, hey, like maybe there's a certain quota of energy that you can use to create your circumstances. So you have like, oh, you know what I mean? You could have all the money, but you might not have that much love, or you might not have that much family, or you might not have that much something, 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 right? So you might make that sacrifice and say, hey, shit, I want to be fucking rich in this life. I was poor in my last life. Fuck that. I'm going to be rich. I don't care what I have to give up, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Or they, you know what I mean? You might even just run out of tokens or whatever you got. So you never know. Does that sound crazy?
No, it don't sound crazy at all. It sounds like Angie took the key and opened the door, so this is what it is. So yeah, everything's within. That episode that we saw of what was the name of that show? Lovecraft Country, that episode I Am.
Oh man, Lovecraft Country was one wicked show, wasn't it? Oh my goodness.
Did they continue, or are they having more seasons?
I think yes, they are having more seasons, but it's like we have to wait for it to be created, quote unquote, because COVID. But we're gonna see. Oh, and you know what was interesting about that? They touched on the Masonic thing and the fact that the some of the you see the way that they make every time they get close to the truth, they always slap slavery on it and send it on its way. Like don't look any further. It's just slavery. That's all they is.
It always takes you back.
But you see that they was in that lodge hall, and all of those white people had to leave that lodge hall because that black man said, hey, you guys have to leave. It's because they outrank any of those other Freemasons. Those people were enslaved people that came over from Europe. The black people were there already. So any Masonic order or any order that was there before anybody, like those ancient Mayan organizations and the Egyptians that were here, well, in the US, I should say, not here. Those people, they're still around. Their descendants are still around, and they outrank all of those Freemasons that are there. So that's why they all left, not because he was adopted by some Masons and you know what I mean? And fuck that. You're lying. You're fucking lying. You're fucking just covering it up with, once you slap slavery on it, no one wants to look any further because they don't want to find no trauma. They want to find no butt breaking or nothing. They scared.
I only want to do my trauma the way I like to. That's how they are.
They don't want to hear about no whipping and no butt breaking. So they want to get away from that as fast as possible. Okay, that's what you say it is. That's what it is. But that's what they've done everywhere. If you go to look at the Gullah Geechee information, that's what they say. You go to try to look at the Louisiana people, the South American people, that's what they say. You go to see somebody twerk it, that's what they say. You know what I mean? Everything is associated with Africa and slavery as if that's the only origin of people. Like that's the origin of the people.
Everything started there. Before that, you was in bushes sucking on sugar cane and each other.
Yeah. Maps. Oh my bad. These maps are a lot of fraudulent things. I mean, a lot of stuff did come from Africa. I mean,
no, of course. Listen, the thing is that there was people that emerged from all parts of the world. But the thing is that what's missing is that Americans, the the Native Americans, the people that are copper colored, the same color as the dirt, they don't know who they are. They think they all came from Africa originally, which is not factual, because that would mean to say that there's only one place where life emerged, which we can see that America was quite fertile to be able to emerge life just as much as Africa was. And we have evidence to show that predates most structures in Africa, predates it. So you may find that America was the motherland. You know why too? Because immigration would have had to go that way too. It would have had to go from the Americas to the the Africas, to the Afro-Asians.
America is also known as, at one point, it was seen as the second Africa as well. Because when we're thinking about Africa, right, like it's not as far as we think. Because again, these maps are scattered, so we don't. Africa could literally be next door. These maps.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I say. They believe we having us idling in the sky, kid.
But when you look at South America and Africa, it is shaped the same way. So obviously, it was together at one point.
They fit together.
But then Pangea happened and then split.
Did it?
It is some evidence of Pangea. I mean, I don't know how true it actually is in entirety, but it is some fragmentations of evidence of that.
Yeah.
Because of clearly seeing, certain structures shifted at a certain time.
Right.
Like glaciers.
Yeah, but we don't even have our own proof of anything on any of the facts, quote unquote, that they're telling us. So we don't even know what is what for real.
And then you got to remember, like, these names are still fictional things that people just slapped on.
Yeah.
These are just names they gave. It's not really.
Yeah. And even the concept of the planet, we don't know how the planet's, what's called friggin' the fragments, what do they call it? The platelets, how they really move.
That's
and
true.
If they're not like more flexible and like fucking day to day, we could be next to each other. The next fucking week, we're far away. How do we know it's not a fucking wrinkle on the skin of the planet?
Right. We don't. And
where water collects in between. We don't know that.
And if you look, sometimes it does look a bit like if you walk in some places, it looks totally different than the other day when you walked over there. Like it looks like it's a different like what you saying.
That's a short distance. If you see these far distances, you could never even really tell. Like it would not be obvious. And that would explain some of the freaking daylight savings and how our time just like our days just shift like that. Like
I think the Earth is just that damn big though. I think that's what it is too, because our Earth is humongous. I mean, when I went upstate, I was like, yo, my nigga, it's like the land never stops. So that's the thing. It's like, no, it's like you really be like, yo, bro, and that's not even half the world.
That's why overpopulation makes no sense.
It doesn't. Like when niggas say that shit, I'm like, you don't even hear yourself. How could you say that? It's mad land that niggas is
There's
not.
So much space, like, and they have people squished up together. That's why they do that. They put people on top of each other in friggin' cities. And then there'd be wide swaths of states with like 25 people in towns and like fucking 200 people in towns. Like, and people don't have, listen, that's ridiculous, man.
And niggas really be jacking that. Like that was.
Yeah, because people have found safety in being together. You know what I mean? So they feel insecure being separated far apart because, people be trying to violate.
That's true. But that's why you got the strap for them niggas that try to violate. That's it, bro. You feel me? Yeah. Like, you let them niggas know beware. You pick up a big ass sign. You put beware.
Infrastructure. You need
beware. We got the extendor. You feel me? And if you come over here, the extendor will be blim, my nigga. Mm-hmm. So, because when you think about it, it's wild parts of this country. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, from New York City to Buffalo by bus, because I used to live in Buffalo for a little bit. From New York City to Buffalo by bus, it's like
3 hours.
It's
8 hours?
Yeah, by bus. But by car is about a good 6. So this is my thing.
That's like to Connecticut.
You feel? No, it's past Connecticut. That shit is close to Canada. Canada's really next door, bro. Like when I was.
Oh yeah, I remember the day I was like just like a year younger than I am now when I realized how damn close.
That shit is
Canada is.
Because they got the Peace Bridge. When you go to Buffalo, the Peace Bridge, you can cross the Peace Bridge from Buffalo to Canada, and then you can come back from Canada.
I remember when I seen that, I was like,
yeah,
damn, are you serious? I could have gone to Canada.
Yeah, they built the pre-space. You can walk right over it. And then you'd be like, oh, I'm in Canada. And then on another side, oh, I'm in Buffalo. That's how you know all these man-made borders is bullshit. Fuck is you talking about? When was the difference?
I was just about to say that, but like
just said that it's Canada now. Fuck is you talking about? Then when I go on the other side, you talking about America. What is the logic in that?
A perfect way to say to keep people from.
You know what I'm saying? What is the logic in that? Like, what the hell is the logic of that, bro?
Since when did people value logic unless it had to do with their personal affairs?
But yeah, bro. But so. I was basically saying
people don't even value logic when it comes to their personal affairs. They only value logic when they can like, I don't know, when they can safely come to those kinds of conclusions. Like they don't like the logic when the logic is like coming fucking disproving the shit that they feel.
I went to like, because you got to go through New Jersey, then through PA, bro. You got to go through New Jersey and you got to go through PA.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So when you go through Jersey, then through PA, then back upstate. But what I'm saying is like, bro, I'm not going to hold you. It's one place. You're going through upstate, the shit feel like you're going through it for 2 hours. It's like the land, it's like it don't stop. It's like the shit.
Oh my God. Like, and you know that shit is scary. Imagine driving that by yourself.
Nah, but I wouldn't even be shook because I would be actually, because you never really by yourself because it's mad niggas on the road. So I wouldn't even be shook. I know it's still
okay. I thought it was like on some lonesome shit.
Nah, but even if it's on some lonesome shit, I ain't go for it. I actually like that. You know why?
Because you don't have to worry about the road. You just can just drive.
Because I realized something. Life is full of risk. You can't live in fear. Like, you got to learn how to conquer that shit. Like, it's like, when I was down south, my nigga, it was no fucking lights. Like, shit was no lights. Niggas was riding on the road, no fucking lights, bro. I'm like, yo, this shit's crazy. I can't even see if some Sasquatch nigga. But in that moment, I realized this is kind of nice because when I came outside, all you would smell is that dew, bro.
Fresh.
You was smelling the dew, and nobody was in sight. This shit was like, but most niggas in the city will be shook. They be like, nah, I'm going back to the city. This shit is like, I need people to be around me because it's scary. You think it's scary?
No, it's a response where it's like you are experienced it. You in your mind, the experience was like, listen, if you're not squatted up, it's very vulnerable for you.
Right.
And then they add on top this perception of racism being everywhere in America. Like if you get caught out there in a random town, is a possibility. It could be some sort of sundown town.
Exactly.
They don't
like
those.
That time.
I mean, yeah, they still have those, but America
people still get lynched.
Nah, it's true, bro.
Every day.
But again, that doesn't mean to live in fear. Because nigga, you could go outside and niggas is lynching you with the shot. Your own people lynching you. You get what I'm saying? So we can't.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Bro, but it's true.
That's a familiar danger. That's a familiar danger. That's something they know how to. You know how to avoid. You know how to get out of. You've been in that situation before. Maybe you
have to go out. Your own niggas. In the hood, nigga, the hood is more scary than a fucking sundown town. Because your own, we gotta start being real. Your own people is the fucking lyncher. Your own people is the fucking KKK man. Because your own people.
Right, but that, I mean, I don't know how much of that is like, because I don't experience, when I was in America, it was 1 or 2 times I seen like a really crazy situation.
Because you probably wasn't in the dungeon like that. I'm talking about.
No, I wasn't.
Queen.
You wasn't in the hood, bro. I'm in the hood. I live in the hood, bro. The hood is different. Niggas is the fucking KKK man. Niggas is the fucking lyncher man. Because that's being lynched. When you minding your business and they want to shoot you in the head, talking about, oh, you pussy, let me shoot you. Oh, you pussy, let's fight. This is the type of shit you gotta go through in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So I hear niggas with the whole white, but more. I've been through way more shit with niggas that look like me than white niggas, bro. So
no, that's true because people are so friggin'
like, come on.
That's
bro.
because you weren't around the white niggas.
But I did.
That's it too.
The time
that's it too. But you know, that's what I'm trying to say. They actually weaponize people around on each other, like the type of content that they.
But bro, see, if somebody make you do something, use a weak motherfucker. Because
this is what I'm trying to say to you. There's certain people that work on these surface level bases. You understand? They're totally programmed. Like everything that their parents told them until they're 12 years old, that was their program after that. They didn't go against it. You understand? So then you got somebody that's mad surface level teaching you everything that you know, and you happen to be that same kind of personality type because you came from this person. So you're just gonna be perpetuating a bunch of like old info or some like bullshit information. Whether you went through trauma or not.
How we got in slavery? Now watch. How we got in slavery?
Huh?
How did we get in slavery?
How did we get into slavery?
Yeah.
Because, well, my perception of how slavery occurred is the same way it occurs every day. People saw opportunity to create a business opportunity, right? Maybe the circumstances, depending on the type of slavery you're talking about. Because are we talking about indentured servitude or the point where your indentured servitude turns into forever servitude, like you're not leaving?
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Throughout all these fines to pay, you pimp and whole situation.
Throughout history, niggas been enslaving people. It didn't start with the white man.
I never said it started with the
I'm not saying that the white man or whatever don't have his own. What I'm saying is, what people do is we start to look too much external. Because the same niggas that we saying is, blame white man, right? The same, your own niggas that look just like you was the niggas that was rounding up people, going to the niggas because they was glutton for the bread and they wanted to make money with the bankers.
That's
and
not
selling.
What happened. That's the story they gave us.
No, this is not. No, listen. Hold on. Listen. This is not no story they gave us. I'm speaking from facts. This is not no story. I'm not talking about, what the white man told us. I'm talking about pure facts that prove this shit. Like, no, yes, we was not just in Africa, but we was voyagers. We was going around taking other women from different nations, you feel what I'm saying? And then also enslaving their people, but through commerce, because commerce is what enslaves people even to this day. So it's always been a slave class and it's always been a higher class. You see this in ancient Africa, ancient America, ancient anywhere, because there's always a group of people who saw, let's exploit the weaker people. This satanic or Luciferian, and when I mean satanic, I don't mean just a red man with a tail. No, I mean your lower level, lower frequency of who you are. This lower thing didn't originate with pale people. We was already doing that shit.
That's what I'm trying to say. The Masonic way, like many Masonic ways, like all of these different religions is entwined with it, like Judaism, some Ashkenazi Jews, different types of Jews that operate under those terms and use all of the geometry and all of the information and the numerology and the astrology in order to manipulate others. You understand? So all of those things predates all of this quote unquote racism or this quote unquote white supremacy. It predates all of that, but it's just white supremacy is just another tool. They were created for the purpose of being able to act as a tool, because if we all look the same, there's limitations to your ability to control. Now, if you can create another being that looks different, that you can invoke some sort of like control, you know what I mean? You can invoke some sort of like falsified power base that they have based on their skin tone, or you know what I mean? And then you can always also perpetuate that all around the world and have them have this reputation. They are working off of reputation alone. You understand what I'm saying? Reputation to being this type of person that you can't cross them, you can't win, you can't do nothing because they're all powerful. But anybody ever wonder how they can go from neighborhood to neighborhood and take it over? Where are they getting all their money from? They're getting finance to be able to move around populations of people. They're just moving people around.
Can I interject with a story?
Yeah.
So a homeboy of mine, I don't want to say his name right now. He was dating some girl from Australia, and he said that they had moved to America. This is around 2006 when he started switching over to the hood. Mm-hmm. So she told him, he was like, "How'd you guys move here? Whatever, what made you move here?" She was like, "They, quote unquote, gave us money to move into you guys.
Mm-hmm.
She said that. And he was
Yep.
like, oh, he said he broke up with her after that, but he was like, wow.
Yep.
They are, but still, you gotta know for yourself. That's why, I mean, Judaism, the Bible is real. Like the Bible is it's real. It's just the way that people understand the Bible, and they not understanding that the
is
Bible
like an instructional manual.
That's what I'm saying. But the people have to understand that the way that the Bible is written is actually for you to financially benefit. If you start really understanding, because the way that they have their court system from the British Crown all down to us is literally based off the Bible. But people, when they read in the Bible, they read in this shit like, oh yeah, God, doing what he's doing. A lot of that is all metaphorical, and it's speaking even to this day. The reason why you seeing this similarity, because I read the Gita. I don't only read the Bible, I read the Bhagavad Gita as well. And the Bhagavad Gita is saying the same thing that the Bible is saying. And this is where I came to this understanding. Like, our people, melanated people, wrote these books and created these spiritual systems.
Yeah. Did we talk about Godfrey and pull up what he said and stuff?
Oh, you mean that little comedy video he did?
No, he had a tantrum because he saw an ad in New York of a black woman and a white man.
Oh
couple.
Yeah, what you call it? I did see that, and then there was somebody who knew about Godfrey, and it was like, he's a coon anyway. I could tell. I know them type of Negroes. They still be dating white.
No, if you listen, we gotta play it.
When he was it had to do with lesbians, or it was a black guy, a white guy, and a black woman, or something like that.
Yeah, he was like, you gotta hear what he said, because he was on some like, oh, I know we used to do it, and we're the originators of it. If anything, it should be a black man and a white woman, because we're the originators. And we you gotta hear it.
Check it out, y'all. I'm in the middle of black ass Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, okay? And I'm walking by, because the thing about comedians, just artists, we pay attention to everything. Look I just walked past this. Now, I know it's a nice little health, it's like, I guess, a health insurance thing. Fidelis Care. Yeah. But there's this white guy and this black woman, okay? There's been a lot of this. Even at my bank, they got a black woman with a white guy. It's a lot of black women with white guy shit. You know what I mean? It's what I noticed. But in black ass Brooklyn, all these black people are walking past this, and what are you trying to say? That it's better to get one of these? Get a white guy? And listen, and I don't want any of you interracial motherfuckers that are in an interracial relationship making these stupid ass comments like, what's wrong? Love is love. Like I said, love is love. Yeah. But don't lose your fucking who you are. And a lot of you tend to do that kind of shit. I have a problem with this. Now, first of all, where's the black dude with the white girl? First of all, we started that. Where's the black dude with the white girl? Where's that? No, because you know why? The people who run it look like him and don't want to see that. There should be black dudes with white girls. There's so many of them. But then you got the white dude with the black girl. So, there's probably some black women going, I need to get me one. Yup. I need to get me one. It's like, this is security.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, we did used to do it. You're right.
That's what I'm trying to say, but bro, why are you like so proud of that shit? Why?
That's what I just said.
Why are you taking offense like your copyrights have been fucking infringed upon? Get the fuck out of here, you fucking cool.
Because that's his real preference.
Yeah, but bro,
I know a lot of hotep niggas and blah blah blah, and they love white women.
Yo, why niggas gotta be hoteps?
No, because he's on some bedwench. He was calling women. He was calling black women bedwenches because of that.
I'm talking about the type of person, that aesthetic.
Right.
Person.
Nah, I only feel some type of way because some nigga trying to call me a hotep nigga. And I'm like, nigga, do you not understand that that's a compliment?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga,
no,
hotep is a fucking game. Nigga. Not you.
No, but hotep, I don't think
that's what they do. That's what they do. That's why everybody's like offended. They got them calling themselves black, but upset because they're being called nigga, and they don't even know like any type of history on where the sound came from or where the tonality for it came from. Like,
nigga,
these niggas just turned your word into like a cuss.
Nigga.
turned your name into a cuss by mispronouncing it. That's what happened. They mispronounced it and turned to like just made it ugly to your ears. Nigger.
If a sister want to
say it harder.
If a sister want to be with a white dude, nigga, it is what it is. Who cares? Like that shit ain't gonna stop my life. What the fuck? People take too much shit personal. That shit ain't that shit don't. I don't care.
But
nigga, I'm not gonna comment on this shit. Go out my way to try to comment like.
But I will say
that's what she like though. People got their preference.
Right, but when y'all get in an argument and he calls you the N-word, do not call us. That always happens.
No, what about when the woman calls him a nigga? He don't even care. They don't even be caring.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No.
It happens. It happens.
Oh, when he just
when they know where it happens. If it doesn't happen to his face, it happens in chat, in text messages or conversations to their parents and shit. They be talking shit.
Yeah, they do.
Nah, but not all white niggas is racist though, bro.
Not everybody is racist, but a lot of people got their ways and they got their defaults that they resort to when they get angry and shit like that.
But that's everybody though.
It might be totally PC to your face and as far as even their conscious mind, but when it comes down to it, they can't believe your black ass did that.
Yeah.
That's not.
And after they dropped their principles and ignored everyone that was telling them that, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And your black ass, you know who I am. Some people have that. Listen.
Nah, but all right, but Ange, that's everybody though. Everybody got their form of bias.
No, of course it's not everyone. It's not gonna be everybody.
No, I'm saying that's every like group of people on the planet. Everybody got their bias. Everybody there got their bias, bro. Like if a white nigga do something that they don't like, do what? Stupid white nigga, fucking white boy, da da da. Or fucking Asian, da da da, or they'll be like fucking black people. Everybody does it, but people point fingers instead of looking at how everybody does that shit to each other. Everybody
right, but some people have monopolized power so they can do something about it. It's all well and good you don't like white people, but can you do anything to white people?
Of course you can. This bad niggas
how?
Bro.
As a group, no, you can't do anything to their tarnish. Even they can't even tarnish their own.
Of course you could. Of course you could. It's that thinking. It's that type of thinking as well.
Because they have a reputation of going in like their archetype. A lot of their archetype is just being unreasonably violent.
Bro,
Bro, what?
They show you on TV all the time.
Unreasonably violent with other people, yeah.
They be having murder.
Not other people in general, whoever they encounter.
That's true. But the same could be said about our own people. We acting like niggas don't walk
around. We don't go around don't go around.
Right, but hold on. I'm just gonna interject real quick.
There's niggas that walk around.
They have a sick fetish when it comes to murder. When most niggas murder,
yeah, they are pillagers. Those they sack town.
All right, but what about when niggas is shoot? All right, but what about when niggas is going around the hood, right? Shooting niggas all day, right? With no remorse. 1-year-old babies getting shot and all this type of shit. And all their only answer is, trauma from white people. No, bro, who's causing you to shoot 1-year-old babies? Like
you don't realize that they create. Have you ever watched that show Snowfall?
No.
It clearly illustrates how the government and different organizations were orchestrating certain things, making certain things get out of hand.
Right.
On purpose.
But they're still not causing the person to shoot, bro. Like
yes, they are. Listen, if you are not educated and you don't know, and all you know is the street, that's all you know.
That's the
There's certain ways to resolve. There's certain ways to resolve things. Your dad is in prison.
Bro,
you don't know shit.
Bro,
you only know what this nigga that's pulled you, that's basically hoeing you out for the streets,
bro,
is telling you to do.
You know that's all excuses, right? Because it still boils down to you, bro. How you gonna? This is what I'm saying about our community, right? And this is the problem I have with our community, right? Because it's all well and dandy, white nigga, yeah, get it, got it. I got it 100 times. We've been talking about this shit forever.
It's not even just white people.
But my point is that what I'm saying is, bro. When I'm in my community, it's not white niggas that's over here who's over here drinking.
You're in a community with white people and you're getting black people attacking you?
No, I said in my community, right? I'm not in the white.
Which is made up of what? What predominantly?
Black people or so-called black people. But again, my point is this: the niggas that ain't, it's not white niggas running around drilling people, and it's not white people making.
That's because they don't come in our communities. They don't live in our communities. If we were living,
that's not my point. My point is that nobody's making dudes drill other niggas. They drilling niggas because they want to drill them. Not because, oh, the white man made them want to drill. No, they want to drill niggas because they want to drill niggas. It's niggas who real life.
That's what I'm trying to say. Look, you think so deeply about so many things, right? You can understand the nuances of this, of how this freaking universe might be made up, but you refuse to believe that certain mechanisms might have been put in place in order to create certain people to have a certain mindset and want to fit into a certain type of mold.
I can see that. Yeah, I'm not saying I can't, but
right. So what are you saying? What do you mean? There's nobody. There is just actually a force, a negative, evil force that is creating a certain set of circumstances, just like the army builds people to operate in a certain type of way.
Because it's still up to the personal choice. Like for instance, a lot of us is
okay. You go get sent to the army. You go get put in that environment and have a war zone going on around you and see if somebody puts something in your hand and tells you, hey, we got to defend this side here. You're not gonna be shooting niggas.
Oh no, not the army. You're right. That's correct.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's a similar environment. You might even be put into a place where you're a foot soldier. You might just be born into that position because your whole family was involved.
Right. But niggas are still upholding that type of environment.
Yes, but that's what I'm trying to say. If that is what you know, that's your family. Your family is the family of soldiers. Some of them probably even know who they are and know that they're fighting, like they think that they're fighting to keep their autonomy.
That's still not an excuse to go around and be a menace to your community, bro.
No, because that's not how it starts out. It's not for that purpose. It doesn't start out of that purpose, but it becomes like a self-defense sort of mechanism for most people. You're talking about fucking psychologically damaged individuals that want to bully and not have actual weapons to bully people with.
But here's my thing. Wait, hold on. You can be psychologically damaged, but we all psychologically damaged. I don't go around and start shooting.
Yeah, we're not all equally psychologically damaged. Come on now. Did you get raped in your anus? Did you get raped in your anus? Okay.
Hold on. We're not all psychologically damaged to like, it's different degrees, but we all facing some form of damage growing up in the hood. That's just a fact. That's just irrefutable fact.
Yeah, but and then people have different tools.
What I'm saying is I'm able to look at it from a real scope and stop doing that. Yo, the white, because what I realize about that,
it's not even that.
But what I realize about that is a cop out, because I'm saying it's niggas that's real life, like I drill niggas. This is my lifestyle. I want to shoot niggas. I don't give a fuck about none of that deep shit.
Have you heard people talking
bro,
like
listen
that?
to me. Bro, I grew up with niggas in my I grew up with niggas in my family that was fucking killers, bro. Gangsters, nigga. That I'm trying to tell you that do not give a fuck. I'm trying to tell you this shit. I'm not saying like, yeah, niggas is not damaged and shit, but I'm saying there's niggas that really real life is like, nigga, this is what I am. I kill niggas. This is what I fucking do. All that Martin Luther King stupid shit you talking about, I don't want to fucking hear that. All that shit you talking about, yo, righteous. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about that. Nigga, I grew up around niggas that's real. Like real grimy niggas is what I'm trying to tell you. And this nigga really don't care about none of that other shit niggas is talking about.
But why?
They're making this choice. Like, yeah, okay, people, they may have created an environment. I'm not saying they have.
Yeah, a creative environment devoid of any other choices.
All right, but watch this. Why when this niggas, right? Because there's a whole bunch of niggas that got famous out the hood that's rappers. These niggas still go back to the hood, start shooting niggas, start selling drugs and all of this shit.
Because it's more than about money. It becomes more about money. You have to have also society. That's why men choose women for status reasons too. It's about social equity, social currency. So they need the social currency. Now, when you actually buy your way out of certain societies or certain neighborhoods or whatever, you're an athlete or you're somebody who's respected and so forth, therefore you got more money,
Yeah.
and you don't need to live there no more. You're not gonna you may not even be able to find a society outside of what you grew up in. So the only place that you can actually find your respect and get your social capital is back where you came from. Right. That's how you know how to attain that. And so now you go back there, you have to prove yourself to be fitting to be in that society and be respected. You're not necessarily going to be able to say not the way, you know what I mean? You're not going to be able to be not a soldier and be in a soldier environment. Especially if you grew up in it, your daddy was a gangster, you know how to be a gangster, you know what I mean? That's kind of in your blood. And gangster is, you mean, gang never even used to be bad. They made it bad.
Right.
Cool in the Gang, was they trying to be gangsters? No, they made it bad. By perception and time, the slow, like when your back is turned, they move everything to the side by 2 inches. And it's just like, before you know it, everything's the same but different. And everything is bastardized and fucked up. And it's like, that's how they get it to slip past even the most intelligent of us. That's what I'm saying to you. You're so intelligent, you're thinking so deeply, but you're not seeing that there really is moves being made to encourage certain behaviors.
Just I'm not saying that.
Science project of psychological warfare in order to be able to lift the land directly from under our noses.
I'm not
saying just take it right away.
I'm not saying that it's not strategic plans. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that, Ange. I'm just a person who's about 100%.
You experienced violence at the hands of Black people, and you haven't experienced much from the hands of white people.
No, yeah, well, yes, but no. That's not the scope I'm really coming from. I'm coming from 100% liability on self, because
I agree.
I don't like to outsource others. You know why? Because this is my thing, right? I agree. All of that stuff is a reason. Yes, they strategically killed our community. They murdered it. They did all of these things. But my thing is this. Every time we had somebody that tried to educate the community and tell them what it really is, niggas turn around and kill. So I get it. Yeah, the psychological thing. But it's but so much you can run that. We're going to be going another 1,000 years talking about, oh, well, because they're psychological. No, that's bullshit, nigga. It's time to wake up.
If it never gets undone, you have to continue to be pointing it out that these needs to be fixed. That's what's happening.
But that's why I said people have to confront their own pathologies internally. They have to.
But some people are not even able to identify what is a pathology from what's not. Even people's sex addiction is if depending on your gender, is totally acceptable.
I see what you mean.
So it's like you can't, if you're talking about identify your traumas and neutralize them, but it's like, can you even identify what is a trauma and what is just normal behavior as a human being, or what is like a suppressed behavior that should have been natural, but people are saying is wrong because of how society is being built? Like, how do we know? Like,
You make it interesting.
And even the homosexuality thing is like the taboo of it all gets us to, did you see what happened to the little boy? They were slapping him up in his head. His fucking own family. It looked like his big brother was slapping in his head. They cut the word gay into the side of his head, and then his hairline was shaved up.
Yo, bro.
I don't know who's out there.
And they videotaped that and put it on the internet.
That's fucked up. They cut his face?
No. They cut the word gay into his hair. And then they cut his hairline into an old man haircut.
That's fucked up. How old was the boy?
He was maybe like 9 years old.
Oh. Really?
9 or 10 years old, yeah.
He didn't deserve that at all.
Poor baby.
And it's like, And it's like men are not able to be feminine as children, or not even males, because there's so many stringent rules as to what you're supposed to be looking like as a man or a boy.
Nah, and you're right. That's right. And we gotta. That's what I'm saying.
We have to do so much better. And people think that they're going to hell. That's when they be fucking doing crazy shit.
Like this, like letting no fireworks in the middle of the night.
Letting off fireworks in the middle of the night and grabbing people off the street and doing all kind of fucking fuck shit.
You don't get this shit right here. This is a spiritual experience.